Welcome, everyone. My name is Dr. Joy Alio. I'm a clinical psychologist and your resilient parenting coach. For the next 6 weeks, we are going to be discussing things about resilient parenting, how to parent with your child's mental health in focus. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the class. Have lots of questions because I expect you to have some. Today, I'm going to be talking mainly about you, not your child. So the first topic I'm going to be dealing with this evening is dealing with personal traumas that can affect your parenting. Unresolved trauma can impact how you interact with your children, sometimes leading to patterns of overprotection, harsh discipline, emotional distance, or anxiety-driven parenting. Okay, your trauma can make you become overprotective, or you become very, very harsh to your children, or you become distant, or you are parenting in such an anxiety-driven way that it kind of runs the children into that feeling of what's going on, what is this mother doing? Because sometimes I have heard kids tell me, sometimes I wonder if I am the mother, if I am the parent, if I am the father to my father or my mother, because they are always so anxious. I have such a mom. I always used to give the example of how growing up, if I am going somewhere and I tell my mom I'm going somewhere, I can guarantee you before, even if the place, it will take me 5 minutes by car to get to where I'm going. In that 5 minutes, my mom will call me 3 times. Where are you? Are you okay? Is everything all right? Can you take it easy? Sometimes some of us can enter that pattern of overprotectiveness and anxiety during parenting, and it is not always good for the children. So in this class, so I want to help you recognize and address these personal wounds, all right, so that you can begin to create healthy and supportive environment for your children, because sometimes we don't even know that we carry wounds. But when you are able to recognize, okay, I carry this wound, and then you deal with it, your children begin to have the best of you, because really your children deserve to have the best of you. So some of the signs that past trauma may be affecting your parenting are emotional triggers. You find that you react excessively with either anger, with fear, with sadness, with frustration. Your reaction is always excessive. So maybe you are finished shouting out of frustration or anger, and then in your quiet time, you can tell yourself by yourself that that was extreme. I didn't have to go that far. Sometimes that's an emotional response, a trauma response that some people are not aware of. Then you also begin to find yourself being overprotective. Yes, we are in a very, very, very terrible world. We are in an insensitive world. Everything is unsafe. I was trying to caution a mother some days ago who was to send her 14-year-old somewhere, and she was, I don't know, let me just go myself. And I said, go, let him go. In our time, at 11, I was already going from my house to secondary school, JSS1. And my house from my school are like worlds apart. And I went, I came back. But now you find out that 15-year-olds are unable to go out by themselves because parents are so worried about what is going to happen to them. So I was telling the parent that it is not the what is going to happen to them that you should worry about. You should rather focus on how to equip your child for what they are going to see outside. Because for how long are you going to keep them in? For how long are you going to protect them? You find out that some children, it's only until they are entering university that they are crossing road for the first time, that they are cooking for the first time, that they are going to the market for the first time because they have now left home. Then you now find out that those children are unprepared for the world you are putting them into. So overprotectiveness can be a sign that you are probably dealing with past trauma that needs to be healed. Then when you find yourself having difficulty showing affection, the first time I hugged my mom was when I first returned from my master's degree, and I was already 28, 29 years old. That's the first time I know I hugged my mom ever. You can imagine growing up without as little as a hug. Yes, our own parents, parents of old don't really know how to show those affections and emotional availability and all that. But we have to do differently because the kids of now are wired differently. They are built differently. When it comes to, they are big on emotions. Let me put it that way. The kids of these days are very, very big on emotions. So if you are here and you find out that you are unable to show love, you are unable to comfort a child, so their distress distresses you, that is a problem. Okay, you're unable to show emotional warmth. Oh, how are you? Oh, come and meet me. Oh, come hug me. If that distresses you, it is possible that that is a trauma response from a past experience that you have not faced or dealt with, or maybe you don't even know, because I've worked with parents who are not even aware they've had issues in the past. They just shove it and move on without dealing with it, and then they later in life it start affecting things. It's until they come to therapy they realize, okay, oh, this probably is my fault. Oh, okay, this thing has happened to me before. Maybe that is why I am reacting the way I'm reacting now. So these are traumas, and sometimes it plays out in how we parent our children. Harsh discipline is another sign of trauma. Okay, you overreact to mistakes, you overreact to everything. It's always about punishment, it's about consequences. Harsh discipline, they must ensure the kids cannot breathe, because if they breathe they are in trouble. Harsh discipline, that can be a trauma response. Avoidance of difficult conversations about relationships, conversations about personal struggles. Some parents will tell you, oh, I don't want my kids to know. I don't want my kids to know I'm struggling financially. I don't want them to know I'm struggling emotionally. I don't want them to know myself and their mom or their dad have issues. So you are hiding things. Meanwhile, you are going through personal problems. Your child expects you to still give 100%. What I've come to discover is that sometimes all the kids need for them to be able to receive your 50%, to receive your 40%, is information. Oh, I'm not feeling up to it right now. Oh, can we do this another time? I'm just down. Can we talk about this next time? But we want to give our 100% every time. Even in our own struggles, we want to give 100%. Meanwhile, in your trying to give 100%, you're probably just giving like 10%. And then you begin to avoid real issues because you don't want them to know. That in itself can also be a trauma response. Then when you find yourself repeating negative cycles, you are unintentionally parenting in ways that mirror unhealthy behaviors you experienced as a child. In our the other class we had, I was talking about how some people say family patterns, and then they begin to pray and fast because they want to break a cycle. Sometimes it's just you mirroring how your parents parented you, how your parents raised you, and then you are raising your kids like that unconsciously. And then you realize that the same traumas you are trying to deal with that you are still not able to handle, you're passing it on to your kids. So these are some of the examples I want us to have in mind when it comes to signs that past trauma might be affecting how you are parenting your children now.